Like I said, if you're just joining us, this is something I do every Wednesday. This is called Office Hours. My name is Paul Turner from thediscipleproject.net, and I answer questions every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, so that I can help you build a successful youth ministry. Right? If you can take my advice, my wisdom after 30 years of youth ministry to help do that, then that is what I want to do. That's how I want to use my time with you, is answer these questions for you. And so if you have a question that I have not answered, well, be sure to go ahead and leave a comment below for the next session if you're watching this in the future. So let's go ahead and carry on to question and the last and final question here. So in this question is, what do you do when you have conflicts with other staff members? It's a good question. I've had my share of conflict with other staff members. And I think, once again, you're talking about, yeah, Jeff, loyalty's big, buddy. It's a big thing. I know. Even we're good soldiers, bro. We're good soldiers, right? Good soldiers in the army of God. And sometimes, though, we got to take care of ourselves. Sometimes we got to take care of ourselves. So, man, I'm going to pray extra prayers for you, buddy. Just know that. I'm going to pray for you, okay? So, once again, there's young man Paul and old man Paul. Young man Paul is eats conflict for breakfast. He does not mind conflict at all. He doesn't like. I mean, he still lives in there somewhere. Old man Paul doesn't mind conflict at all either. But young man Paul wanted conflict because he could have conflict, because he thought, well, if I throw that out there, if I have this conflict, like, I'm going to be right, right? If old man Paul has a conflict with somebody else, the maturity, hopefully, in faith and in life and in wisdom takes over, right? Because nobody likes to be disliked, right? And I'm of the opinion, both when I was younger, both young man Paul, old man Paul are kind of the same in the sense that he just doesn't care what people think of him, really. So I have opinions, right? I say things. But when you're a part of a church body, when you're part of a church staff, guess what? You don't get to have all the opinions. You'd have some, but you can't be. If you have conflict with another staff member, be it the children's pastor, executive pastor, whoever it is on staff, how you handle that, that I have to put down my opinions. I have to put down what I want and think big picture, not just what Paul wants. Not just what I think is best for youth ministry, but what is good for church. And so when I do this, I have to process this person. Are they just, what is, a good piece of advice is that Gary Vaynerchuk gives is if that person is so miserable that they don't like you, for whatever reason is that they don't like you, be empathetic towards them. Use empathy, right? Think, what is wrong? This guy must be having a hard life. This guy must be having a hard time. What is wrong with him? Right? Rather than striking out at him and almost justifying his dislike of me and striking out at him or striking back, or, it's kind of like they're like, Emperor Palpatine, where it's like, yeah, strike me down, and I'll be more powerful than ever, right? They're almost begging for to be struck down so that they can justify their hurt and their pain. And so my response to people who are in conflict with me is to be empathetic rather than justify their hurt, is to simply come across and say, you know what, man, I don't know what our issue is, but we got to work on it. It's something we can work on together, right? Put it out in the open, right? Rather than skulk around, right? Like, like two assassins trying to get at each other. It's not going to work. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be great for church dynamics. It's not going to be good for your relationship. It's not going to be good for the ministry. It's not going to be good for the kingdom of God. And ultimately, the kingdom of God is the healing of the relationship. That's the deal. It's not just so that the work of God could go on. The actual healing of the relationship is a reflection of the kingdom of God within us that says, you know what? We have to take care of this. We have to be able to, go forward. And the healing of the relationship or the restoration of a relationship is not so that the work can go on. It's so that the work can be the work. That is the work in most cases. It's not so you go off and just be, free of whatever, that resolving conflict in staff and those issues, the goal is restoration. The goal is ultimately that. Now, you know what? At the end of the day, you can't make everybody like you. Not everybody's going to like you. What I say is, though, is that you can do everything to prevent them from disliking you more. So don't be antagonistic. Don't be a smart aleck. Those are tough for me. I'll just being honest. It's tough for me because I'm very quick. If you can't tell, I do have the gift of gab, and I can be quick. And so I try to slow it down to where I'm not harming anyone, or I'm not harming the relationship more than it needs to be. And I try to be honest, and I try to be curious. I try to be empathetic. I try to understand before being understood. Those are hard. I wish I could tell you that I've perfected or mastered the process. I have not. It is moment by moment. It is prayer driven. It is, oftentimes with great strain that I have to, put myself to death and, carry my cross, and sometimes just shut my mouth and seek reconciliation. And if the person doesn't like me, I'm not going to antagonize them. I'm going to find a way to serve them, though. If I could add one little extra point to this, is that I lost my train of thought. The extra point is this, I think, is find a way to serve them, right? If your ministries are in conflict, offer your youth ministry, right, your ministry, to serve somebody else's ministry. If it's you personally, then when they have a need, find a way to fill that need and help, right? Rather than saying, I'm not helping you because you didn't help me do such and such. Well, that is, let's just face it, it's childish. And so we can't be that way. If we're going to mature in the faith, then we've got to do hard things. A resource that I just got through that if you're interested, it is the Ultimate Youth Group Christmas Party List. You say, Paul, that's crazy. Why are you talking about this now? Well, I'm talking about it now because, if you haven't noticed in your big box stores, Christmas is out. It makes me sad. It just, it's either beat them, you can't beat them, join them. It's kind of the philosophy here. That if you are interested in Christmas party resources, Christmas is 3 months away or whatever it is, and why not start planning now? And this is a free resource, by the way. This doesn't cost anything, okay? And there'll be links down below that if you want this, it's free. All you do is join my newsletter, and you got it. And it comes with like 11 different themes. 13 different activities you can do. It comes with decoration ideas. It comes with room design ideas. It comes with links to videos. All the things that it asks all the important questions about doing a Christmas party and doing a Christmas party well.